M&A lawyers and law firms can be quite daunting. If you've never bought a business before, you might not know where to start. So in this video, we will discuss how to contact an M&A law firm. And we will focus on the kind of information that you should have available to yourself during that first call with the M&A lawyer. Make sure to stay until the end of the video to find out what not to say to an M&A lawyer. If you're new, I'm Malcolm Zoppi, an English qualified solicitor, and I help UK SMEs with their corporate and commercial legal needs, including M&As. Great, let's jump straight into it. So, likely the first thing that you will do with an M&A lawyer once you've contacted them is have a call to discuss your potential deal. And if you want to maximize your chances of receiving a quote for their services, make sure to have the following information with you. First is the name of the target company. The M&A lawyer will need to conduct conflict checks to make sure that they're not in a conflict and they can indeed act on your behalf. Second, whether it's a share purchase or asset purchase. Third, whether the target business is part of a group of companies, whether that's a subsidiary or a holding company that owns other subsidiaries. If you set an estimated target completion date between you and the seller of the company, the turnover of the target business and how many employees it has, whether the target business is regulated by any regulatory body, whether you have any other professional advisors on your team, for example, accountants, who will help you with the financial due diligence, the estimated purchase price, and how that purchase price is to be calculated. So, for example, is it a locked box, meaning you know exactly what you're going to pay, or is it going to be based on completion accounts? If you want to learn more about these two options, make sure to watch this video right here. How you are funding the purchase price, and if that is by liabilities, by credit, whether you have secured that funding already, any other details regarding the structure of the deal, for example, if there is an element of deferred consideration or earnouts, how many sellers there are, and whether these sellers are going to remain in the business or are they going to be exiting on completion. And as a bonus, you might want to discuss with your M&A lawyer whether you'd like to change the company's articles of association, accounting reference date, and the directors. By having this information, you'll be able to give the M&A lawyer, number one, a good impression as to the seriousness of you and your potential deal. And number two, the M&A lawyer enough information to give you a quote for their services. But before we discuss what not to say to your M&A lawyer, feel free to send me an email if looking for professional legal advice. Great, so what should you not say to your M&A lawyer during the first call with them? Well, it's a combination of things. You might not want to tell them that you are price sensitive, that you want to negotiate heavily the price, and that you only want to pay their fees if there is a successful acquisition, regardless of the fact that you've never bought a business before. The reason why you might want to consider not saying these things is because it's going to give the M&A lawyer the impression that they are taking on a high level of risk by only getting paid if the deal goes through, but at the same time, you've never bought a business, for a low level of rewards. You want their fees to be low. Instead, if you're worried about the legal fees and you want to minimize these legal fees in case the deal doesn't go through, make sure to discuss with your M&A lawyer the option of, for example, having a lower base fee for their services, but then a success fee if the deal goes through. Amazing. So now you have a pretty good understanding of what kind of information you should have available when having that first call with the M&A lawyer. But if you want to familiarize yourself with the entire process of an M&A deal, make sure to watch this video right here.